I was asked how I pack my pack. There's really nothing to it, but my pack is completely empty right now. The only thing on it is the hand sanitizer doesn't ever come off. So, generally, what I'll do, my knees, is I'll take my tent first, and I'll just stick it on either side. It really doesn't matter. Tent first, I'll take my handy dandy trash compactor bag. Trash compactor is the way to go to keep your stuff waterproof. That's going down at the bottom. The tent's sitting vertical right here, right now. And the trash bag is just kind of stuffed down to the bottom right here on the side of it. So, because if the tent gets wet, it's really not that big of a deal. Next, take my sleeping bag with the mouse hole. I usually shove the foot in first and compress it all down because I want my sleeping bag to stay dry, and realistically it's the last thing I get out at camp. So it can be in the very bottom of my bag and not be worried about. So if I do have to stop for something in the rain, it's really not that big a deal for it to stay at the bottom end of the trash bag. Now that's compressed down, my down jacket goes in next. So those two are shoved at the bottom and compressed. Now comes the other thing I really want to keep dry. The Charmin Ultra Soft. I just kind of stuff it on top. Compress it down some more. And that's it. I usually put it in my trash bag. Press it down, get all the air out. Twist the top so it all stays dry. Now stuff the top, like the extra stuff, whoops, not right there. I just stuff it off to the side so that water can't get in. So now my tent's still setting vertical, and my sleeping bag and my down jacket are compressed in the bottom like 6 inches. Next, I'll take my clothing bag. These are the clothes I don't wear. Right now, for the video, I'm just assuming that my base layers are in my spare clothes bag, which is, it's just a Walmart waterproof bag. And then my gloves are in here. I'm just assuming that I'll be wearing my wind shirt, short sleeve shirt, short socks, and my zip offs and my beanie, and my bandana. So I usually take this, shove it in just like this, right on top of the sleeping bag and the down jacket, right next to the tent. And that leaves a little bit of space. Now I push it towards the back of my pack, towards the actual frame sheet. That leaves a little bit of space and enough room to take my Crocs and wedge those in at the front of my pack, up along this zipper right here, which is very handy, by the way, when you're hanging up in a shelter. So Crocs get shoved in there, and that kind of fills out the little gaps that are there. There's usually a little space between the Crocs, or if it's, I'm not expecting rain that day, I'll take my rain jacket and my kilt and I'll shove them between the Crocs, because the Crocs are actually sitting right here and right here, so there's a little gap right here. So there's a little bitty gap that you can see, and I can kind of just shove my rain jacket and rain kilt down into. That's if I'm not expecting rain for the day. So, no rain, that'll go there. We'll just leave that out for now. After that, I take my cook kit, which is going to be now an MSR titanium pot, the Titan Seagull, I don't know what size it is. It does great. It's about the size of the aluminum pot that I had before, but it's titanium. Entire stove kit, goes inside with my windscreen around the outside edge of the pot, like so. And around that, I'll take my 2 lighters and kind of just stuff them in there. And I'll take half my light load towel, which I couldn't have because it was a full towel. But I really don't need the whole towel for doing dishes. I'll take my dish towel, stick it right on top, and then my little thing of soap, which has been doing well, goes right there, however it fits in there. And then the lid actually snaps on a little bit. It's got a little snap, so that is my cook kit. Oh. Then I kind of usually just shove it where it fits, because sometimes it does change. Like right now, with all the clothes inside my clothes bag, it's not going to fit that well. So I just turned my clothes bag vertical, and I'm shoving the pot down between the clothes and the tent. And there it sits. Next, there's a little bit of space left. So I'm only down to here, so I still have, this much space. I'll take the things like my Joby tripod, and I've got a water bottle bladder pouch on the frame sheet that I don't use a bladder for. So I'll take and shove the tripod in there. I'll take my one of my Sawyer bags, my spare bag, and I'll shove it in there along with the syringe, because I really don't use those every day. I only use the syringe when I go to towns, and I don't really need the syringe. I can use the smart bottle, but it's just nice to have the syringe. It just makes it convenient. Then I'll just shove those 3 things in the hydration pouch. Once I get everything else in there on the inside, that's pretty much it that goes on the inside. Sometimes, I might pick up something like something on the trail. Now my food bag goes in. Usually I just drop it in so I can set it in like this, and then rotate it so that the handle goes either direction. A carry handle looking thing. And that just kind of sits right on top of everything, because the food's heavy, and this gets it right at my shoulders. This is where I prefer to carry it. It may not be the best for everyone. And then on top of that, I'll put my AWOL book, which I'm still carrying the whole thing. It's not that big of a deal to me. I'm not super ultralight, and I kind of want to have the book for a souvenir when I get done. Now, assuming there's rain, the rain jacket and rain kilt go on top of my food bag, just kind of stuffed right there, and pulled tight. And then I'll roll the top. Buckle it and tighten it. So my pack's compressed pretty well right now. Then I've got the brain pouch, which when I hit the summer and get rid of my summer gear, I'm going to try and get rid of to save me another pound or so. We'll see once, the warm weather hits. Now I'll get the strap down. In the brain, I usually keep my 2 spoons. They go back and forth in my food bag, but usually they go on the top. My spare bit of cord, my extra little half my light load towel, my little Z-Packs wallet, which I got back, which is so much better than the little bag that I had to use. This is my electronics bag, so it's got like my charger and everything. Usually this will sit in here, or it'll bounce and stay in the hydration pouch bucket. Keep a spare trash compactor bag. And that, I get what I can up in the top. there's like an elastic pocket up there that zips closed. And this is like my, we'll call it a ditty bag. It's got like my earplugs, my moleskin, Band-Aid. It's first aid kit kind of stuff. So, sorry for that interruption. So that'll go right there. Now it can zip closed. Actually, I forgot my body glide and my headlamp. They all go on the top. And that's really it that goes on the inside of my pack. So for the outside of my pack, I've got my Thermarest Z-Lights, which I cut the top two folds off so I can use it as a sit pad in camp. That gets strapped to the outside. Right here on the back, which blocks the zipper, but it's really not that big a deal. I haven't found that I needed the zipper yet. So that goes right there. Now I've got my two smart bottles. One's empty right now, but anyway, two smart bottles. The bigger one I usually keep on the left-hand side in this elastic pocket. And it fits perfectly right there. And then behind it, I'll take my Sawyer filter and my whatever Sawyer bag I'm using as my bag, my main bag that day. They kind of rotate, just on accident. So the Sawyer bag goes all the way to the back. And sometimes I try and stick the cap out so I know it's not going anywhere. And the cap's on tight, so it's not a big deal. And then my Sawyer filter in this carbon fiber stuff sack goes right between the bottle and the water, little bladder reservoir. And then on the other side, I take my bottle of heat, the fuel from my alcohol stove, and it gets shoved down in the back towards the actual Z-Light pad. And then, let's see, I leave the rest of these pockets open throughout the day. So say I take my wind shirt off or my pants legs off, I can kind of just reach back and just shove them in the pocket really easy without digging through my pack. It just makes it convenient. And then sometimes I'll take my smart bottle, my smaller one, and I'll shove it down in here. But it really depends on how the day's going. Usually, I'll take it and I put a carabiner on this D-ring right here. And I've tied a piece of cord around it with a bowline knot, and then it's just a slip knot, just tighten around on the bottom. So that, along with this elastic, and what are they? I don't even know what these are called. Cord lock, some sort. Sliding on the button toggle. Anyway, that'll keep a water bottle right there, so I can see how much water I've got left in this bottle, and it keeps that pocket open mainly. And then I've got my two Z-Packs pouches on the sides. I just got this one the other day again. It's been at home. I'm gonna keep my cell phone in it. Cell phone, the stick pick, which is right here, and the camera mount, which I'm actually using right now to video. We're all gonna go in that so I can have easy access to my phone and everything to take pictures. On the left-hand side, I keep my snacks for the day. So I usually don't stop to eat lunch, I'll keep walking. So with this, you know, that's Pop-Tart, 4 or 5 granola bars. And that's pretty much it for lunch and breakfast. Sometimes I'll, you know, get hungry and stop and get more out. But it's been doing good so far. And that's it. It's all packed up. That's how I pack it. So, yeah. This is an MSR Pocket Rocket. And Chuck and Tad, you guys, you know, brought us Trail Magic up at Ice Water Spring Shelter. That was pretty awesome. And you guys were the first ones on the trail that have watched my YouTube video, you know, and recognized me. So I'm doing something special for you guys. And if I keep this channel going, you know, when I backpack in Red River Gorge, Mammoth Cave, Kentucky, you know, those places, maybe some other places. I might start doing the Smokies when I get done hiking. But doing something special for you guys because you were the first ones. This MSR Pocket Rocket is for you guys. It's brand new, just picked it up. It's even still in the box. Look at that. But I'm taking it out of the box. Everybody knows what an MSR Pocket Rocket is. Your basic good MSR stove. So, this is for you guys. Thank you.